Hey y'all, let's guard again for another draft for my free-to-play account. So it's just a casual draft because we need cards. I want to be forcing Necrium. These Necrium cards are really bad, but I want to play Necrium this draft because I'm looking for Zombie Dread Knights, which is a heroic, and a couple other cards like Shadeclaw Zombie, I think. There's a couple cards I really want to draft Necrium. These cards aren't good enough to take in Necrium. The best card's Ferocious Roar, so I'm gonna take the Ferocious Roar and then try to take a Necrium card. Frostwing Maiden's okay. Master Valence is probably the second best card in the pack. Then Frostwing Maiden, Justicar, Succubus, Fraud, but Ferocious Roar is by far the best one. And I'm gonna take the Necrium card now. Darkshard Witch is a decent creature. This card's mediocre. Mariphine's a good underdrop as a blocker. Vertigrace is not great. Demon Web Opera is fine. It's just a 4/7, goes to it in 7/12. It stops random things that don't really matter a whole lot. Vigor Wisp I actually like quite a bit. When you pump it, it heals all your other things. It's a card I like a lot. Visithinos is unplayable. Weirwood Ranger is fine. I like Blood Boon and Earthsign Strength. There's a lot of creatures in Necrium that really need to get pumped and are really good when they get pumped, like Ossuary Spirit and Cavern Serpent. Or Cavern Slime, rather. So I'm not going to take the Sharpblade Delver. I don't know whether Earthsign Strength or Blood Boon is better. I usually lean toward Earthsign Strength because it's a little more freestanding, like it's good on its own. So I'm just going to take that. I think Blood Boon's defensible, though. Gnarly Symbiote and Featherfang are both pretty good cards. Featherfang just has 12 power at rank 2, which is very strong, and 18 at rank 3, so it kills everything, but it doesn't really live because it's only got 4 toughness. Gnarly Symbiote's kind of the opposite. It's decent body, it's like Volcano Giant sized, but it gets regen if you put it in a lane with something else. And since I have the Earthsign Strength and the Ferocious Roar, the regen I think is a little stronger than having low toughness. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up that, and then take the Featherfang. Corpse Crawler is not great in this format, because there's like pretty much nothing to sack to its ability. I don't like Legion Titan. It's fine against the Darkforge, but it's so small if they just don't have any, so it's not great. Rot Wonder is decent. Glowhive Siren I actually like. It's got decent sizes at rank 2 and 3, and it gains you like not an unreasonable amount of life. Sometimes it matters. I actually like Vengeful Spirit. I think it's a good card. But if I can pick up Torgmund Menders or something like that, Cavern Slime has a long way to go being useful, so I'm going to take that and try to wombo it. And taking Dustcammer here. Actually, Grootmeal's really strong. This pick's pretty difficult. I could take the Dustcammer because I already have a Darkheart Witch and try to get Darkroot Shamblers and more Darkshard Witches. And Dustcammer is just really, really big. It's a 5/4 with Breakthrough and a 10/8 with Breakthrough. Ranks 1 and 2. It's just a slightly below average toughness, and it's got Breakthrough, so I'm hard pressed not to take this card whenever I can, and I'm just going to take it now. Vigor Wisp, Gemhide Basher, and Symbiote are the picks here. I could take the Verdant Sphere, sort of, for like combos with Slime or Vigor Wisp, but that's just not that great. So, I think it's between Symbiote and Vigor Wisp. Vigor Wisp has... it's what, a 9/9 at rank 2? So it's a slightly smaller, it doesn't have regen, but if you pump it with Earthsign Strength, it heals all your creatures. And my creatures are pretty, they're not pretty fat right now. I only have a 4/7 and a 3/6 that I'd really be healing. So I think I'll just take the Symbiote. It's just a decent creature. And take the Portal Shade. Pretty easy. Featherfang scales way better than Deep Branch Prowler, so we're going to take that. Lightbringer Cleric's just like a decent Volcano Giant. This is a really bad deck for a Lifeblood Dryad, but it's a heroic and I need the silver, so I'm going to take it. If this were an expert draft, I'd probably take the Bitterfrost Totem. Catacomb Spider's not the worst, because I've got pretty large butts and I can regen my guys, especially putting regen on a Vigor Wisp is very strong. But Deepwood Boar Rider is also pretty good with the 16 power rank 2. So, Organ Harvester is not that great. It's really small, so it doesn't do anything other than its ability, which is hard level gated, so I tend not to take this card whenever I can. Lightbringer Cleric's okay, it's just nowhere near as good as Gnarly Symbiote, so there's no reason to... and these cards are more specialized, so I think I'm just going to try the Catacomb Spider, and then take Floodbinding because it's a decent removal spell. I don't have any of those. Same thing with Nether Decay, just taking it because it's a decent removal spell. Necrotic Worm scales really well to rank 3. It's an 18-19, but it's only a 7-8 at rank 2 and a 4-5 at rank 1, which is really bad for a vanilla creature. So I'm going to take the Cavern Serpent for the extra damage it provides, even if its stats aren't as big. Swamp Moss Ancient, I think, is the clear pick here, but I'm going to take the Heroic and Gemide Ravager, because, again, this is a free-to-play draft, and we want to build our collection as much as possible so we can start playing Constructed, so I'm just going to pick the Heroic. Brighttail Soar is actually also pretty good, especially with Ferocious Roar. This pick's actually kind of easy. I was going to say difficult, but I saw the Shadeclaw Zombie, which is a card I need for Constructed and works with Duskhammer and Darkshard Witch. I've only got 8 more picks to pick up Darkforged, so I don't think I'm going to get too many of them, but it pumps my Duskhammer, and, you know, Duskhammer pumps it too, so it's actually pretty strong, especially if I can get any Darkshard Witches or Darkroot Chamblers. My Shadeclaw Zombie does not want to be put in my pool. I could take the Bear Rider. I think the Twin Strength is the pick here, though. I've got pretty decent creatures already for blocking, like especially Featherfang, and Twin Strength helps me, you know, cement my creatures that are pretty weak right now. Grapplevine's actually a decent card. It's better than Deep Branch Prowler because stopping mobility actually does a lot, and I don't have any creatures mobility myself, so it doesn't matter for me. Oxygen Spitter, I guess, has more upside than Bear Rider if I face the destructive forces of the Forge Plate Sentry deck, Forge Watch Sentry. Necroslime's a really good card. I think I'm just going to take this. It's pretty small at rank 1, but once you hit it, rank 2, it becomes a 12-12 pretty easily. And you can just hit random creatures that don't matter, or creatures with regen like Norley Symbiote or Cavern Slime. Well, probably can't hit Cavern Slime because it's too weak, but the other ones you can hit. So just take Necroslime, passing Killer Bee, even though it's a heroic, because it's actually just nothing for my deck, and I think you can win the game with Necroslime. Varix Embrace is fine. I don't think I need it. Is it better than a 4/7? Probably. How's the skill? 4, 6, 8? Yeah, it's not that great. Runescarred Zombie's not great. Requires you to play a spell for it to be useful, and it scales horribly. So I could take the Watcher, or I could take the Varix Embrace. I don't want to take Stegodon because I think its ability is a little worse than Demon Web Watchers. And they scale the same, right? 7-11, 14-17, 7-12, 14-18. So Demon Web Watcher is actually bigger than it. You know, I think I will take the Watcher. I don't like Varix Embrace very much as a removal spell. Blood Bindings is a good removal spell. Plunder Imp is a good creature, so I'm going to take that. And then Toxic Boon's a pump spell, doubles as a removal spell, so I guess that's a little better than these two mediocre creatures. And I've got the Verdant Sphere to help me with my Vigor Wisp, and that's much better than Verdant Grace, so definitely taking that card. And how do we do? I think okay, right? Not amazing. We got some pretty good heroics for our collection. This Portal Shade is just straight silver. I don't know about the other two. I think Ferocious Roar is too. And I think we can win the game if we, you know, get our Dark Forged or Necro Slime, maybe some Symbiotes, and then pump them. Yeah, who knows? I think we have a decent chance of winning.